So let's look at how you can take control of what people are seeing on the canvas, nudge them, and sometimes if you have to, force them to join you at a certain area. And this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about the summoning feature as another feature that is available to you as a facilitator. Now, in one of the previous clips, I quickly indicated that there is indeed a functionality available, and this is the one that I use most of the time because it's a little bit more gentle. It's the follow functionality, and this is available to everybody, visitors, facilitators, members alike, is that you are able to follow someone. So for example, just for this demo, I have one visitor active currently with me here in the canvas. I just called him Bob for this exercise. But if I click on Bob's little icon here, it'll take me to Bob. And in fact, I'm now following Bob. So I'm seeing exactly what Bob's doing. I can break free and I can see Bob is actually looking at some of the content we used earlier. And I know where he is at the canvas. However, this is not what I want. As a facilitator, I want Bob and whoever else is in the canvas to join me here. I need to explain this activity. I want to grab their attention and I want to bring people together at this point of the canvas. As a facilitator, I can do that by using the summoning command. Now, summoning lives here at the bottom. Remember, all the active users currently in the canvas is over here, is listed over here. I have to go down to my little icon here. I'm going to zoom in slightly and you'll see when I hover over my icon, I have a whole set of functionality available to me. Just as a little bit of a digression, you're also able, when you go here, to actually activate, deactivate cursors, have a little bit of control of what people are seeing, especially when you're sharing the screen. Sometimes when you bring in multiple people and there's like tons and tons of cursors flying around, as a facilitator, I would recommend that you switch some of those cursors off because it can distract attention a little bit. However, we're here to talk about summon. So if I go over here, I'm just going to highlight that. Here is the summoning feature. So before I click that, I just want to indicate that summon also indicates to you how many people are actually in the canvas. Something to keep in mind, if you have 1,000 people in there, you click summon, you're going to drag 1,000 people to a certain point in the canvas. However, that said, let's click on summon and see what happens. So I'm going to activate that feature now. I'm going to summon Bob to join me in this area, and I'm going to explain to you what happens. Now, you can't see this, but Bob has been moved to this area and Bob now exactly sees what I'm seeing. So I can, with confidence, look at this indicator bar here and I can see who's been summoned and who's actually in this area with me. And I can go ahead and release them or take full control. But before I get into the full control, let me explain something about this, what I call soft summoning. So Bob has been somewhere else in the canvas. I hit summon. I brought all the users to this area. Now, what is these users able to do? They can move around and they can break free and go off and do their own thing once again. However, there is times, and I always urge people to use this sparingly, where you want to take full control. You want full focus on, let's say, description of activity, or perhaps there's a little bit of a presentation that you need to deliver and you want people to follow along through a certain amount of steps. This is where this take control comes into play. So here, this second element here. Now, when I click this and activate that, I take full control of everybody's viewport here. This means as I move across the canvas, everybody will see what I'm seeing and they will move along with me. However, something that is important to keep in mind here is that if I forget to release them, they're going to be stuck in this state forever. They can't add sticky notes, they can't interact or collaborate. So this is something that we don't use often, and I encourage you to use sparingly. And something else that I want to also encourage you, if you choose to use this for summon and have control of everybody's screens, please don't forget to release them. But they will probably also be quick to come off mute and remind you. So to release people and give them back full control of their functionality, you click on this little link over here, and that will release people and give them the functionality back, and then they'll be able to go ahead and do their own thing again. So the summoning is really great when you want to draw attention of everybody in the session to a specific piece of content, when you want to deliver some instructions. And of course, from time to time, perhaps there's some context you have to deliver and you want to take them through a little mini presentation, and then you can use the summoning feature to get that done.